A major market rotation happened this week, and I think that there's still room to the upside on this move. I'm talking about how energy sold off and semiconductors absolutely ripped higher. Now, looking at the semiconductor ETF, there are a couple of indicators that are giving me pause about entering at this point. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I'm seeing and the exact levels that I'm looking to start entering positions for the semiconductor ETF and its top holdings. My name is Helene Markham, and for the past 10 years, I've been working with Chuck Hughes, Trading Legend, managing stock and option trade alert services. Now, my goal here is to help you become a more successful trader. Let's jump into the charts, guys. Here we are, we're looking at a 3-month chart for SMH, the Semiconductor ETF. And we can see this recent price action here, right? Into March, we're seeing bearish price action. Lower highs, guys, also lower lows. And we seem to have bottomed out late March before really bouncing off of oversold conditions back to that middle Keltner channel, that 20-day EMA. At that point, we saw some sideways price action as we awaited news and got that news about the ceasefire deal with Iran. And after that happened, SMH absolutely ripped higher. The ETF has been up over 11% this week alone, and we can see that SMH just put in a new fresh 52-week high right now, today. And so what I'm seeing is, of course, an insane amount of momentum, huge rotation into this sector, and I do think that there's more room to the upside, but there are two different indicators that are giving me pause about entering now. The first one is going to be the Keltner channels. The second one is going to be RSI. So let's look at the Keltner channels first. We can see here there's the upper Keltner channel, and whenever a stock or ETF is trading at or above the upper Keltner channel, well then the stock or ETF is considered overbought and it's likely to retrace or pull back in the short term. And so right now we can see that SMH has traded at or above the upper Keltner channel for the past 3 trading days. And today it was well above it. So that definitely gives me pause about entering a position right now, because ideally I like to be entering positions when my stock or ETF is within the Keltner channel. So it's not overbought or oversold. Because if I were to enter right now, I have a higher likelihood of the ETF pulling back or selling off in the short term. And I personally like to enter my positions when they are poised to trade higher in the short term. Now, the next one that's giving me pause is RSI, which is the Relative Strength Index. This is another overbought, oversold indicator. And looking at RSI right now, it's below the price chart. We can see that whenever RSI is above 70, the stock or ETF is considered overbought in the short term. Now, the RSI right now for SMH is at 87, so very overheated. That's telling me that this move is overextended and likely to pull back once again in the short term. Because of this, once again, I'm taking a moment. I'm not ready to enter into a position for SMH because RSI is telling me that it's likely to pull back within the short term. So the question becomes, when do I look to enter a position in SMH? And for me, I want to be looking to enter a position for SMH or really for any stock or ETF when it pulls back into the Keltner channels or sells off of overbought conditions and then starts to resume the bullish trend. What that actually means when looking at the chart is that SMH pulls back to below 427 right here on the chart, back inside the Keltner channels, and then has an up day. So it trades down for a day, a couple days, and then starts to trade higher. That trading higher is confirming the resumption of the bullish trend, and it's indicating that there's another leg higher that is forming, right? The stock pulled back, it tested that pullback, and now it's confirming that next leg and next move higher. So personally, I want to see SMH trade below 427 and then start to trade higher again, and then I'd be looking to enter a position for SMH. And I would need to look at each individual holding as well to decide the exact levels of that entry point, but I'd be following those same parameters and same framework for any of the top holdings. I'm talking AVGO, I'm talking AMD, I'm talking those sort of stocks. What are you thinking? Are you entering into SMH? Do you think that there's more upside ahead for the semiconductors? What is your favorite semiconductor stock? Let me know in the comments, guys. I want to know. Failure to properly time option entries can make big losses fast. That's why I think it's so important for me to time my entries using the Keltner channels and using RSI to make sure that I'm not purchasing a call option during overbought conditions when the stock or ETF is likely to pull back in the short term. I'm going to be following along with the price action for SMH very closely over the next week to see if I can get a confirmed entry point. Now, guys, if you're interested in following along and getting these sort of setups from me, go ahead and check out my free newsletter. The link is in my bio. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And guys, if there's anything that you want me to check out, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts or a sector or stock that you want me to analyze. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.